Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome. Welcome back to Planescape Torment, Enhanced Edition. I don't even know what to say. It has been over a month since I recorded. So, I am trying to figure out where I was. I know I just talked to a number of these people, and I actually reviewed footage to figure out where I am. I think I was going to talk to Fall from Grace still, to see if she had anything else to say. I do know, in terms of overall quests, I do need to go on towards the end, but I also need to face off against the director for Nordum. And face that quote-unquote evil wizard type deal. So I don't know if I have the wherewithal to do that right now. What I will do is I will talk to Fall from Grace. And I gotta be honest, I am not too far from the end of this. I may start planning another Let's Play just to get back into the swing of recording things and get some recorded of another Let's Play, as well as doing this just so I have something to post. Alright, anyway, Fall from Grace. Can you teach me anything of the art? Do you ever use weapons? No, there is seldom the need, and I found that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron or even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers, such as...
Updated my journal.
The kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals, although they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Fall from Grace sighs. I can resort to it if the need arises. I had some other questions. Alright, have you... there's a lot of stuff here. I know that I've gone through some of this, and I don't know the answer simply because it's been so long. Have you ever had a night hag... You ever heard of a night hag named Ravel? I am familiar with the name. Fall from Grace pauses and thinks for a moment. Rumors cluster thickly about the name, and most tend to discount her as a myth, but I suspect she did exist, and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. She looks puzzled. Why do you ask? I intend to seek her out. Grace raises an eyebrow. Truly? I find myself compelled to ask why. I need information that she has. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge that I need.
Updated my journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories or activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. I realize that. Well, I've never met a myth. This should be quite the outing. She smiles. Don't you ever try doing anything boring? I try not to. Do you know anything else about Ravel? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess power and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, and in addition to the evil she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her actions threatened the cage itself. Now she primarily exists only as fiction, a figure in children's stories. Grace pauses. I imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Ravel was most likely sent to a maze, one of the lady's prisons. What are those?
Updated my journal.
Grace places her hands together, thumbs and fingers touching, forming a rough circle. The lady is said to have the power to take pieces of sigil. You watch in surprise as a ghostly image of Grace's little finger pulls itself from the hand and floats into the air, curling into a small circle, and make a maze. And I haven't gone through this one because I'm updating my journal. Okay, go on. The small ghostly circle floats in the air, then begins to slowly rotating. The pieces of sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There is no escaping being mazed. It can happen at any time. While walking down the street, through a door, she clasps her hands, and then you are somewhere else. Inside the ghostly circle, you can suddenly see a flicker of movement, like someone walking inside. Go on. Grace continues, the tiny ghost maze reflected in her eyes. It is said that there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left in to give the prisoner hope. Perhaps they are left in to torture the prisoner. The ghostly maze dissolves. Perhaps it is both. I see. Can you tell me any more about the plane Ravel is from, the Grey Waste? A blighted plane that lies effectively between Beator and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in the Blood War. Do you know what happened to Revel? Okay, I've been to that. Is there anyone else that might know of her? Someone in the fest hall may know more of her. Okay. Can I ask you some questions? What do you know about the Blood War? The Blood War is the conflict that raged across the lower plains and in the Tannery. I believe I've been through all this before. The fight over whether evil should be lawful or chaotic. Fall from Grace pauses. It is a war best avoided at all costs, like the Tannery and Bates who butt heads and leave the rest of the plains in peace, at least in relative peace. Relative peace. Well, the Blood War is so large that races get caught up in it against their wishes. Ignoring it often proves just as dangerous as participating in it. Do they use human troops? On occasion, yes. There are a number of human mercenaries that participate in the Blood War. They serve as either soldiers, fodder cannons, or food for the fiends. I believe I've gone through this already, but I'm going to go through it again just in case. He said as long as the war goes on, the rest of the planes are allowed to build peace. Well, the war is so large. So how long has it been going on? According to the chronicles, the Blood War has been fought ever since the Bates in the Tannery, a very long time ago. Met the Tannery a very long time ago. I am not certain if there's a human term that encompasses the time between then and now. Fall from Grace shakes her head. I am afraid that neither the Bates nor the Tannery have ever really taken to the other. All right. Did you serve in it? No, my mother did. Succubi are generally tempt mortals into bring their spirits to the abyss to create more Tannery to die in the Blood War. Your mother served in the Blood War. Yes, she was among the finest, seducing countless mortal men. She now dwells in the abyss, selling her children into slavery. You were sold into slavery by your mother? For a time. I won my freedom in a contest of improvisation. It was a very long time ago. Who did she sell you to? She sold me to the Beatazu. I think she rather expected that they would kill me. Despite her knowledge of other subjects, she knows little of their culture. She sold you to their sworn enemies? Yes, Fall from Great draws herself up. Was there anything else you wish to know? Okay, that's interesting. Are these questions bothering you? Oh no, not at all. It's best you know this. The Blood War underlies most events on the plains. It is important to understand what it is and why it is taking place. I have some other questions. Okay. I'd like to hear about your past hour. Oh, you know what? That was probably the story that she refused to tell. Why did you set up the brothel? I established the brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation, engaging with the verbal arts with others. Why did you establish such a place? Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. And that's why. I feel like a kid just asking, why? The brothel is intended to slate the list of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, tighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fill the hive and lower wards. Okay. So it's a school of sorts? Yes, I hope by that by learning the art of language and its subtleties that the patrons and students may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. To be able to employ the language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. Okay, other questions? Can I read your diary? No. Please. Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Very well. Other questions? Some other questions instead. Alright. Let's go about how did you come by the name Fall from Grace? Meaning of the name is a complicated subject. There is much to be said, and a great deal is better left unsaid. Is it your real name? Perhaps. She smiles slightly. Perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I think that the name which is earned carries the greater weight. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because a name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you've accomplished. Your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? It is an earned name. It matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I have fallen from my people. Some would say arisen from my people, perhaps. But fall feels more right to me. She looks to you questioningly. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes, perhaps that's why I felt as I did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Experience, yay. Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue in her eyes. It is turbulent like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so, yet in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize something. She smiles. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? You are most kind. I will do so.
Yes.
Other questions? Can you tell me what you know about the sensates? They are a faction within a sigil, devoted to experience. Without sensation, we are blind to much of the multiverse. Thus, sensates seek to experience as much as possible. When all is experienced, then the truth of the multiverse will reveal itself.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to ask about the art. I want to talk about our companions. Who do you wish to discuss? Alright. Ignis. It would be wise to travel with him no longer. He is insane. He has proven capable of great acts of destruction. As I understand it, he was transformed into conduit of the elemental plane of fire. Such transformation would have killed many mortals. Not only did he survive such a trial, but he thrived. He possesses tremendous power. Should he be forced into a confrontation, I fear for the chances of anyone who stood against him. I pray it does not come to that. If Ignis is so powerful, why doesn't he just attack everything he sees? Why does he even travel with us? I do not know, but I do not think it's because he likes our company. In fact, I think he considers all of us irrelevant except for you. Me? Why me? Again, I do not know. Still, haven't you noticed that when you ask him to do something, he obeys? Without question. Were I to make the same request, the last thing I would receive would be his compliance. Oh, that's interesting. Let's talk about Dakon. Dakon? Grace raises an eyebrow. He's most uncommon for the Githzeri. In what way? Well, he obeys you. That alone would mark him as a pariah amongst his people. His entire race were once slaves, and even the reminder of servitude to them is distasteful. Anything else? Dakon approaches everything in an orderly fashion. Again, most curious for a Githzeri. They tend to be unpredictable. They follow their impulses rather than plan. Anything else? He seems the most pious Githzeri and a steadfast ally. That he is. I want to talk about something else. How about Nordum? Nordum is a rogue Modron. Even though some traces of chaos have worked their way into his system, he is still extremely logical, ordered creature. This logic can be of great help in one's travels. Furthermore, if he perceives you as a leader, then he will be unquestionably loyal. Troubles may arise should Nordum be faced with any social situation requiring etiquette. Such things are not well understood, even by normal Modrons. She pauses. I would offer you some advice concerning Nordum, if you would hear it. Of course, what is it? Nordum's existence has been shaken. The more you help him make sense of his situation, his place in the party's hierarchy, and what led him to the state he is in now, he may help him focus himself better, is a thought. I will speak to him later. I had some other questions.
Yes.
Alright, about our companions. Let's talk about Anna. She is strong and capable. She is quite passionate. I almost wish I had met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. Grace studies you for a moment. What do you think of her? I think she doesn't care for you very much. I would agree, Grace smiles. But I shall not let you dodge my question so easily. What do you think of her? That is a good question. I think number one is like canon, and I know a lot of, well, not a lot of, a couple people that have been watching this Let's Play would urge me to pick number one. I think let's do it. I think I could fall in love with her. You may wish to tell her so. I don't know. I seem to leave this wreckage wherever I go, with Dianora especially, and the lives of others I've touched. It might be best to leave well enough alone. To that, I would say this. Love may be more than the planes themselves when it is strong and true, and there is nothing truer than all of my experiences than the truth about how one feels about another. Alright. You may be right. I had some other questions. I think that I'm pretty much done. I think I've been through this one already. Yeah, this one I already talked to at the very beginning. Alright. So that leaves... I've already talked to Anna, didn't I? I think I did. I think pretty much the only person I have left to really talk to is Nordum. And I could be wrong about... No, I talked to him last time. And I think I talked to Anna last time, too. I think I've talked to everybody. Except Morte, which Morte can stay there, because I do not need him in my party right now. What I think I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to look at what quests I have. This one's still outstanding. I think I may have missed it. This one, I think I have an idea on this one, but I'm not 100%. Haven't been able to find Mar. I gotta find the Night Hag. Ravel puzzle. Fall from Grace said I should look to the Hall of the Sunsets, which is in another district. Let's go to the upper ward. Wait, is it just the one? Yeah, let's collect everybody. All right. Let's go to the clerk's ward. The Civic Fest Hall is where I need to be. Let's head there.
All right.
And inside. The problem is, have I already talked to everybody who might know about Ravel Puzzlewell? Or did I find out about her after I last came here? This is the problem with not being able to play the game for months at a time. Splinter regards you coolly as ever you approach. I had some questions. Is there anyone here who might know about Ravel Puzzlewell? Splinter closes his eyes and thinks briefly. We would recommend that you speak to the wizard by the name of Quell to ask about Ravel. Quell is always somewhere in the fest hall and most often the private sensorium. Okay. Hey, you can show it to me. Show me to it. Oh, this is actually... Wait. The private sensorium? Oh, you know what? I should have just stayed there. Yeah. Alright. So we are in the private sensorium, which is wholly separate, I guess? We've got sensates here. We've got one of those sensation orbs. There's Quell. Let me take a look over here. Alright, Quell's the only named one in here. There's something that can... Yeah, sorry, I'm quick saving the game. There is a thing over here I might be able to loot. Oh, nothing's in it. Okay. That's fine. Let's talk to Quell. Oh, there he goes. This older man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment, there is a crack as he crunches down on the object in his mouth and swallows it. His bushy, brassy white eyebrows furrow for a moment, rise, and then furrow again. Greetings. Without so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a puce-colored ball, regards it curiously for a moment, and then pops it into his mouth. I said, greetings. The man frowns and waves you away, then nods to himself thoughtfully as he savors the flavor of whatever he's put in his mouth. I've got some questions. The man smirks, bites his thumb at you, then abruptly pauses. His cheeks swell, and with a violent gag, he spits out a large black fly, which begins to buzz around the chamber. Minarosian candies be damned, he cries, shaking his fist at the insect. He rolls on you. What? What do you know? Just blurt it out. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? He pops a small red candy in his mouth. Do you always traipse about molesting puissant mages with your ignorant prattle? Babbling, blathering, chittering, chattering. The candy shoots from his mouth on chattering, flying as high in a high arc to land on the floor with a wet clip. He stares at it sadly. I'm sorry about your candy. It was so tasty, too, he mules. He suddenly looks up, snarling. Sorry, as you should be, you piking dung beetle. Mages deserve respect, and bashers like you should know their proper place. He begins to jump up and down. Proper place, proper place. Calm down, I only meant to ask you some questions. I care not, you yeasty, beef-witted pignut. His eyes bulge out as he jabs his finger at you. Now off with you, off with you! And do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come bearing tribute. A gift, he suddenly draws close and whispers from the side of his mouth. Candies or chocolate would be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic. Now be gone. Finally, I'll look all around the ward for something suitable.
Updated my journal.
Isn't there, maybe in that shop, the curiosity shop I've been getting everything else from? Let's try there. Is that even in this? Yeah, the curiosity shop. Let's go here.
Done.
Quick save the game after that. And in here. Let's talk to Vreshika. Come on. Well, well, fall from grace, or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. What do I owe the honor of your visit? I thought that you rarely trafficked amongst our kind anymore. She glances at you for a moment with the same faint sneer. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I do not know what assignment you are referring to, Vrishka, although your presence here brings with it many questions. Last I heard, you were a standard bearer for the Company of the Vulture. How did you come to Sigil? She replies curtly, firing a question back like an arrow. By choice. And you? Where will your orders take you next? She suddenly turns to you. You see, little man. Vrishka smiles as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you buy into the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is amongst the greatest. She turns to Fall from Grace. Are you not? You would not think that a 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars, no? Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you have never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vrishka with her gaze. That is enough. Very well, though you're the ones who come into my emporium. Vrishka looks to you. Yes? Vrishka gives a quick half bow. Welcome back. Here to buy something? Yes, I am. Let's take a look at the exotic items. Alright, I don't need the monster drug. I don't need the Gorgon salve. At the front of the store. Ah, there's a chocolate closet! You examine the twisted imp-like creature, sculpted into one of pure milk chocolate. It looks delicious, does it not? Imported from the lower plains. They are rare, you know, and quite prized by lovers of chocolate and confections. It's a real closet, a fiendish familiar, polymorphed into chocolate by powerful sorcery. It's only 199 coppers. I'll take it, sure. Yes, Vrishka purrs. A wise choice. The copper you pour into her hand seems to disappear the moment it touches her palm, and she hands you the item. Please enjoy your newest acquisition. All right. Moving on to give this man a polymorphed closet that does not sound healthy at all. At all. Let's talk to Splinter. Let's get back to the private sensorium.
All right.
Come up here to talk to Quell, wherever he may be. There he is. The mage's expression curdles as he spies your approach. Unbelievable! You've chosen to curse me with your detestable presence once more, you ill-conceived reeky sod. He pauses in his haranguing to eat a small peppermint. I pray you've learned yourself some manners. I brought you some imported chocolate as a gift. Oh, his demeanor changes in an instant. Very kind of you, very gentleman. May I see? Show him the chocolate closet. He takes it from your hands. Oh, quite rare these are, and most selectable. He bites off a large piece and tucks what's left into his tunic. I had some questions. He frowns at you, licking the last of the chocolate from off his fingers. Who told you to bother me with inane questions? He stares at you accusingly. Come now, what is it you wish to bother me with, or be gone? Pushes a malt ball from his sleeve and eats it. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? At the mention of her name, he swallows the candy he's sucking on with a loud gulp, wincing in pain. What to tell? Why tell it all? Such things, such tales are best left in dusty books and in the attics of old men's minds. Evil, evil, such a name, and such dark tales swarm about it, like flies on a corpse. Just the same, I need you to tell me. He rolls his eyes, plopping another candy into his mouth. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil, all evil and cackles she was, alive with her shadow magic, ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Barmy old hag. Only succeeded in getting herself mazed. She's likely dead by now. Shadow magic? Yes, he seems uneasy about speaking of her. Ravel dabbles, no, not dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew shadow magics, magics of illusion, and shadow substance, shadows, residues of dead things. How may I find her? Why? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What could you possibly want with such an evil creature? She knows something about my past. Doubtful. She was mazed many centuries ago. Gone. Penned in the dead book she is. And even if she was somehow, still clutching life with her blackened, bloody talons, what could she possibly know about you? If the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and was even willing to help you, I just have to hope she's alive and will help me. By Lesh's 6 teats and her swollen tummy, what a flickering candle of hope hurled into the howling winds of pandemonium that is. Flicker, flicker, whoosh. Don't be any more fool than you need to be. I must still seek her out, whether she's dead or alive. So if she's dead, as she most likely is, then what would your plan be, may I ask? You have everything all figured out, do you? Quell is just blowing words out of his pits. Nonsense, nothing. What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, eh? What do you think I should do? The first brilliant question you've asked. Me? I think you should give up on this clueless idea of entering mazes and chatting with night hags and lope back into whatever crypt you crawled out of. Makes far more sense than fishing for the lady's anger, it does. Can you tell me how to get to her maze? Lunatic! Madman! Alcove! Have you not listened to a word I've said? She's imprisoned in an interdimensional maze for trying to best the Lady of Pain. That means she's at least 10 times as barmy as you, and at least 100 times more powerful. She's most likely dead, thrice dead, and if by some happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. I understand, but I really need your help. Can you tell me how to reach her or not? Quell goes quiet, chewing on his lip. After a moment, he fishes around in his tunic for a minute, then plops it into his mouth. You're serious. Serious? Why so serious? So Beator bent, so mule stubborn. He sighs. Well, born clueless, die clueless.
Updated my journal.
All mazes have portals. This much I know to be true. A way in, a way out. This is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location, or even its form, but I am told its key is a piece of Ravel. A piece of Ravel? But if Ravel is mazed, then how am I supposed to? Then you'll have to make do. Find something that has Ravel's taint on it, perhaps. That's all I know. Bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the brothel of slating intellectual lust. One of the ladies there is bound to have met someone or know something that will help. Thanks for your help.
Updated my journal.
And then we get to go back to the brothel to talk to people there. I mean, it's worth a shot. Now, before I find her maze, even if I do find out how, and I can advance to that point, I will still need to deal with Nordum in terms of getting him turned into the director of that puzzle box. All right, we've got a little time.
Concord.
Oops.
Location. Sigil.
That was.
Clerks.
Sorry, Nordum, I interrupted you by trying to tab out. Actually, let's talk to Fall from Grace.
Yes?
Yeah, never mind. She's not showing. You know who might know? Not Yves, so maybe Yves. Kamaxi Addertongue. Oh, it's you again. Just can't get enough of me, huh? I had some questions. Fine, whatever, ask. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle?
Updated my journal.
What would I know about her? I look like a scholar or something to you? Go ask someone more learned, or Yves. She probably has at least one story about her in that pile of tales she carries around in her bone box. Oh, and squat on a halberd while you're at it. Okay, farewell. Well, I just assumed! Okay? Call me what you will. I just assumed she'd know because she's, like, vicious. Eve smiles pleasantly at you. Greetings again. Have you come to trade tales? No, but I have some questions. Eve, you look familiar. Is your mother named Ivana? Eve nods. Yes, but she and I no longer speak, just as I shall speak no more of her. Other questions? Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? The tale of Ravel Puzzlewell's frightener of children begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate, almost always more terrible than the last victim's. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but she shouted it to Sigil itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there is no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, lost to the plains.
Updated my journal.
Wait, there is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. Echo is one such person. Ask her of Ravel, and she might tell you more of the hag. That is all I wish to know. Okay, good. There's a lead.
All right.
Let's talk to Echo. Oh, there she is. Echo. Echo! Echo waves pleasantly to you as you approach her. Greetings, sir, and well met once more. Hello, Echo. I had some questions. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Echo nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. She what?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here at times. Kasai Ceres. She is a child of Ravel's, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? She paused for a moment, thinking. I have never gotten her to admit it, though I am sure 'tis true. Alright. So, Kasai Ceres, who is just right here. Kasai Ceres smiles warmly as you draw near her, pushing a wavy lock of hair away from her bright crimson eyes. Well, greetings once again. Something I can do for you? Kasai, are you Ravel's daughter? Kasai suddenly bares her teeth, her eyes narrowing to slits of blazing crimson. What? Where'd you hear such a thing? Echo told me.
Updated my journal.
Ridiculous! I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Now stop bothering me about it. Who is your mother, then? I don't know, alright? My father raised me. I never knew her. But do I look like a night hag to you? Where's the skin, and the eyes, and maybe the teeth, too? Kasai Ceres glares at you, her eyes blazing. Perhaps we'll speak later, but I'm no longer friends. Sorry about that. Okay, now I've got to chase around to talk Kasai Ceres into... I'm going to quick save. Yeah, I should have quick saved before that. Kasai Ceres smiles warmly as you draw near her, pushing a wavy lock of hair away from her bright crimson eyes. Don't worry, I don't stay upset long. Something I can do for you? It depends. What sort of things do you do? Talk, of course. Talk about dreams. Those are erotic in nature, but not always. Nothing would shock or surprise me. I do so love to hear people's dreams. We trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. I don't have dreams. Truly, how sad. Even fiends and devas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Too peculiar. I'm alas for what to say. Have some other questions? If you don't mind me asking, what are you? Kasai shakes her head. What, can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom toward you. A woman. She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I am plain touched, actually, like your friend here. Kasai indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. Are you Ravel's daughter? Just a rumor is all. Ridiculous. I think I know if I would, who is your mother, then? Do I look like a night hag to you? No, of course not. She glares at you, her eyes blazing. So I've got to figure out some way. Let's talk to Echo real quick. No. Let's talk to Echo. Echo some questions. Never mind, actually. What do I do about that? Let's talk to Yves or whatever. Some questions. I heard that Kasai is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
My journal.
Once upon a time, an elderly man from the clerk's ward vanished, and his body could not be found. To conceal it, the murderer buried him beneath another body in the cemetery. A diviner told where the body could be found, and so they dug and uncovered a body, but not that of the elderly man. They were confounded. They were forced to release the man. It was not until they continued to dig to rebury the older man's body that they found the second body. Sometimes one must dig deeply to find the truth. I'll keep asking around. Do I have to just ask everybody else about... Hold on. How about over here? Vivienne, do you know anything? I have a question for you. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Vivian nods, lowering her voice. I, too, have heard such a rumor. To which explained the red eyes, the unusual tone of her skin. I would not know if such gossip is true, however. Inquire of Juliet. She was once Kasai Ceres' best friend until Juliet fell in love with Montague. Alright, so I gotta talk to Juliet. Hello, Juliet. Greetings, come to ask of thy questions of me, I take it? Oh, go on, if thou must. Okay. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter, is that true?
Updated my journal.
Ravel? I thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. Thou may wish to ask Kismaxi Addertongue that very same question. They are half-sisters. Are they? Interesting. I have another question. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell, actually? Ravel Puzzle what? Who? Juliet appears perplexed. Is that truly someone's name? If it is, you might know of her. Okay, forget it. Let's talk to Kismaxi Addertongue again. Hello again, Miss Addertongue. I have some questions. Alright. I heard that you're Kasai Ceres' half-sister. Is that true? Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mother, so... I was hoping you could help me to find out if Kasai is really Ravel's daughter.
Updated my journal.
Kismaxi frowns at you. Normally, I'd be loath to help you like this, but I have a feeling that it upset that flitting, preening doxy good and well. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call him right then and there. That'll get your answer. Cambion? Yes, Cambion. Kismaxi rolls her eyes. Didn't hear me the first time? Ears all stopped up with the last of your brains running out of them? I'm asking what one is. My, you're clueless. She shakes her head sadly, jutting all the while. A half-fiend, Bert, sort of like you, but you're half dung, I think. You smell it, at any rate. Better than half you, Kismaxi. You wish you were half Kismaxi, Sod. Even if you ended up with a goat's bum on your shoulders to be better than that scarred-up face of yours. I don't have time to get into this. Farewell. Okay, let's, talk with... Kasai Ceres again. Quick save the game. Alright, I have some questions. Kasai, I talked to Kismaxi. She's told me she's your half-sister and that Ravel's your mother. Kasai snarls, her eyes blazing with malice. That hells, how I loathe that woman. Why do you even believe that sort of trite? She says that you deny it, and in fact may not know it, but it's true. You said you could ask your father, that he would tell you.
Updated my journal.
Kasai stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell like warm blood. Kasai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I did not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long. I do not appear to age and have disturbing dreams sometimes. She shudders. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did, such evil things she did. Tell me what you know of her, will you? I need you to give me a piece of yourself, Kasai. Pardon? The portal key to Ravel's maze is a piece of her, and you have her blood. It's close enough. Kasai gasps. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changed to an expression of wariness. What would you need of me? Your blood, most likely. Only a drop or two, I'm sure. She nods. But do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something, you know? Yes, here.
Updated my journal.
Nice. Kasai takes the handkerchief and generally pricks the tip of her finger on one of her fangs. After laying several drops of blood soaked into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck. Yes, sorry for her. Thanks.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
And we have level ups to do, and then I think... Oh, man. Well, we've got the portal key. We don't know where the portal is. We'll have to just go looking for the portal. Let's get some level ups done. Dakan levels up. He gains a level in Mage. Nice. Anna levels up. She gains Thief points. So what was I... Let's get Open Doors up. Alright, that's good. What I will do is I will go to the Mage spellbook for Dakon and memorize another ball lightning, sure. And I don't have any of level 4s for him. Oh, but do I have any in the... No, I don't. I was gonna say, do I have any just sitting around somewhere? Don't think so. Quick save the game. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up here. That was a little bit of an interesting, pickup on this. I'm going to try and record some more a little bit later tonight or maybe tomorrow and get back in the swing of things. And hopefully I'll have this well underway again soon enough. I apologize for all the delays this year. Those of you who have been watching me for many, many years know that sometimes I get like this on some years where it's just all hell breaks loose. As I said, this time it was my mother's health issues, amongst several other things afterwards. But, hopefully things will be panning out now. It's getting into fall and winter, and I'll be able to get more videos out in general. Until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribestar, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.